Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to show you some games of Tigran Petrosian, who has been known for being very skilled at exchanges. When you play every game, you have to understand, try to think which pieces are good, which are bad. At this point, Petrosian was very positional player, and some grandmasters like Vasyukov once said that Petrosian didn't know how to attack, but he could say that, well, it's winning position, I will win it quickly in 50 moves. Yeah, so he was really strong positional player, and definitely this was his bread and butter. Exchanges are very important, and let's say Botvinnik once said that if we generalize the game, it's all huge one exchange. So this important part of the game, and let's see a couple of games of Petrosian, who was very strong at this point. So he's playing Samuel Schwaber. Never heard of this player. He's probably a strong amateur. At this point, some people say that it's very important to see games between very strong players and amateurs. Yeah, because when two great players play, like Carlsen against Caruana, so many things happen, and they don't have luxury of a random move. And so they play very strongly, of course, but it's hard to learn something. But when more like Carlsen plays someone else, he can have sometimes strategic idea, which makes it really educational. All right, so Petrosian is playing white, and he has this position. He probably played his favorite King's Indian with d5, and we see that the king side is totally blocked. So if you, let's say, consider something like knight h3 and then castles, you might not be correct, because in this position nothing actually threatens the king, and white can do something. So black played b5, gained the space on the queen side, I'm sorry. And what did Petrosian do? Petrosian played immediately a4, attacking the b5 pawn. So b4, obviously, knight b1, and knight d2. He plays just with one knight, but after black was forced to play b4, now he has this very important c4 square and uses it for maneuvering of his pieces. Knight to c5. Black thought that, well, we have also a very nice square. And what would you play in this position? Actually, Petrosian took this knight. Yeah, he has this strong bishop here on e3, but he gives it away because this knight was active, and black could use it to harass white. So he just gives up this knight, his bishop against the knight, takes, and bishop b5. Nice square for the bishop. It's like natural to move bishop there, and he doesn't want to take this c4 square from his knight, because he will move it later in the game. Bishop b7, knight d2. Finally he develops his last piece, and knight to e8. Black is thinking how to put his knight to d6 and have this blockade over dark squares. So what would you play in this position with white? and Petrosian took this knight. So he gave up 2 bishops against 2 knights, and now he dominates with his knights over these poor bishops. Bishop a6, rook c1, because there was this tactic involving capturing c4 and f3. The second knight goes to f5. Castles. He doesn't want to give white this option to exchange on f5. This piece is totally useless. Rook d8, slowly improving his position. Now he aims for c5. And in this position, black blundered. They blundered this pawn on e5. So Petrosian took it, and after 10 or 15 moves, white won. So just pay attention that when some people say that the bishops are much stronger than knights. Not, of course, that much stronger, but you see that Petrosian never hesitated to exchange, to give away strong bishop against maybe weaker knight on e8, but given that his position could transform into something different. All right, let's move forward. So this position is against Paul Benko, US champion and author of Benko Gambit, very good gambit actually. And so in this position, Petrosian just played bishop to f8. So he wants to aim for b4 because this knight is pinned, but if it moves at some point, this pawn will be attacked. Okay, so close. Queen c1, bishop f5. Petrosian proposes this exchange of light square bishops. Takes, queen c3, rook a4, attacking the b4 pawn, king to g1, and now queen is threatening to go to a8 after he exchanged this bishop. Now this knight is dominating the field and he's getting ready to move his queen. Knight c8, and white gave up a pawn and won. So let's make Petrosian won, obviously. So in this position, it's important to play bishop f8, attack, attacking the knight, and if white plays knight to c5 to capture this powerful knight, to take, for instance, takes with the pawn, and again exchanging these pieces, and white is left with pinned piece and black is quickly winning. So so that what Petrosian would do. And the last game for today. In this position, Petrosian is playing Nikolai Krogius, and Krogius is playing black. We see this Carlsbad variation. Every positional player has this position all his life. He wants to have this minority attack and very calm position for the king, so black cannot attack. Krogius played bishop to f5. It was recommended to play bishop g4 and keep this light square bishop, because black actually has bishop pair. I would recommend now to play something like bishop e6 and then play c6 and a6 and maybe hold. I think black is okay in this position, but Krogius made a mistake. He played bishop f5 and Petrosian just exchanged these bishops and played b5. Very nice move. Normally black will want to have a6 first, but he just made this mistaken move, and he should have played a6 first. Now white gains all the space on the queen side. d6, queen b3, goes back with the knight, and rook c1. So what do you think the white's idea now? The Petrosian idea is to double the rooks now on c-file. That's very common actually, but a very good plan when you have this b5 pawn to double the rooks. King h8, c6, and knight to a4. White is not in a hurry, because if he takes, black starts to get some counterplay with rook b8 attacking the queen, and suddenly it's not that clear. Of course, white has advantage, but analytically it was considered that maybe black has some counter chance. This is what commentators write down. So before anything crucial, before exchanges, you want to put your pieces as active as possible. So let's see a little bit further. g3, knight c5. Now black has two weaknesses, and according to rules of chess, you cannot defend both at once. And he got this knight on a5, and with all these pieces, this pawn is lost, and in 15 moves, Petrosian won. So thank you for your time, and see you next time.